organizer, freedom fighter, advocate, and today I am, I guess, one of the lead organizers for the African Marketplace and Drum Circle. Takes place every Sunday out here in we call Africatown, LEIMERT Park. So it's home to me. As a community, we have built an area to where black people can come and be black, unrestricted, regardless of what your spiritual or religious beliefs are, what your political standing is, housed, unhoused. People can come here throughout the week and enjoy being around their own people. Don't have to worry about what you look like, how you wear your hair, talking the King's English, talking broken English. You can come here and do you and enjoy good vibrations, being around conscious, positive people.
I used to come past this park all the time when I was little and used to get my hair cut here and all that. So to me, it's a little bit of home, you know. So I'm out here every Sunday for the Africatown Marketplace and Drum Circle for sure, and then other like community cleanups and things like that at Africatown. Getting to be a part of the Sunday Marketplace, it makes it a little bit more special, you know, because now I feel like I can contribute instead of just just come in and enjoy it. Now I can be part of it, so I like that a lot.
I love it. This is amazing, beautiful black people on every Sunday. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is wonderful. I love it. Hey, I'm the moss lady. I sell sea moss products. I have a moss butter. I have a face scrub. I have a hair serum. I have a body scrub. I have the Irish, the purple, and I also have a juice. And I also have the flavors, the gel. So you can always come and see me in Lamar Park anytime.
What Lamert brings to me, I would say it means a lot in the sense that I think that it's vital to our generation's future as far as making sure that our seeds can see that us, as far as black people, can develop and be entrepreneurs as well as be successful at it, which we are doing down here.
The other name for Leimert Park is Africa Town. And, wanting to represent, the culture. I grew up feeling ashamed of being black and being African. You hear all kinds of awful things about, Africa and Africans, and it's refreshing to be in this space where, you find that is celebrated, that blackness is celebrated. The space just ended up becoming very special to me because it's where I found, and where a lot of people, I believe, find their healing. That's the thing about Leimert Park. It seems like a lot of people find healing here for whatever reason.
Leimert Park has changed in many ways, and I would say, for the most part, the better until recently, a few years ago, when they put the fence up around the park.
I'm gonna talk about how they tearing this down to gentrify it. Okay, and it is in my neighborhood. And if you look at the corner down there on the left side, they done already started tearing up the streets already. So March the 13th or the 16th is our last day here. They're putting us in the alley back there, and it's taking them literally, I heard, 18 months to fix the sidewalk and the streets. I don't believe that though. If it was in Beverly Hills, it'll take 2 weeks. I'm just saying. This is the mouse lady saying that.
Community that's being formed in the process of keeping our space and the way we want it to be, at least in the eyes of the collective. I feel like our community is coming together probably stronger than it has before. There's a lot of organization, many groups are organizing.
It just really consists of coming out here, finding out from people what's going on, what the needs are. Our organization now has probably 24 members of the community that actively work with us. So we responded to anything from safety issues, be it domestic, criminal activity, or police. That's actually how we got founded in response to the police killings in 2016. As black men, we came together and said we had to do more instead of reacting after people get killed. But we got out and we actually built networks of response teams throughout the city. So one of our brothers like, you know what? This is our Africa town. We feed our people. We help resolve issues with our people. So that kind of stuck with me. Like, yeah, this is our Africa town. At that point, our coalition didn't have a name, and I was like, you know what? That's part of the fight against gentrification to claim this as Africa town. You can be just physically, spiritually, emotionally, verbally, however you want to be fed. Come in this part. Right, and then we got the main course right here. They got a little bit of everything, y'all. Here you go. Y'all better stop playing around and get out here with it. Here you go. Black power. Black power. So women and children, come on first.
Each group might have their own vision and objective, but the fact to see that everyone is, in a sense, coming together on a common goal, and that's keeping our space.
We're really just fighting to hold on to this space right now as we're being pushed out, so we're trying to find different needs different people have, whether it's unhoused people, vendors, merchants, whatever, to help people work through it and retain this area.
The people with money are trying to buy property. So until you get some kind of ownership and access, it's not really much. You're not going to be able to have a hold on this community unless you have a building like brick and mortar or something like that, you know? It's changing, it's steadily changing. Time brings about a change. I think with the regentrification, I'm more of a welcoming person. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Mert Park. You need any help finding your way around? Come holler at me and I'll see what I can do to help you. Then you have some people that's like, get out of here. That's our spot. That's our place. You know, but you got to remember, this is Mexico. Before the government moved the borderline, California was Mexico, Nevada, parts of Texas was Mexico. For them to say that Mexicans are a foreigner and this is their indigenous land, you understand?
I had no problem with it because I'm friendly with everybody. So it's like, if you can afford the rent, because y'all was stupid to move here and pay that rent. Because the rent is like $3,000. Literally $3,000. Across from me is $3,000. I'm not paying that. I'll go to the beach.
It's not bothering me. It's only bothering the people that feel that they're being bothered.
There's everything for everybody over here in African town, so there's really no reason that I can think of to discourage anybody, and there's too many reasons to encourage people to bring themselves over here. So just come over.
Gentrification, I think that's one of our biggest issues going on right now. So I would say that's one of our biggest battles. So trying to figure out how to deal with CD10, trying to figure out how to coexist here and keep the vibe going.
I know what that feel like to not go back to your home and not have your landmarks, because being from New Orleans, when Katrina hit, it wiped out my childhood landmarks. So being able to identify with them in that and stand with them to see the people that's still here, that went to school right across the street, that know the history, and just to watch that go, I would rather stand with them and fight for that than to not just to turn my back on it and just to go somewhere else to be like in comfort. That's just me personally.
Growing up here, the only thing I've seen change is the people in the buildings. You know, it takes a whole lot of vision for somebody to say, hey man, I'm going to spend all my money on a building and go from there. We just need people with more vision. That's it. Once you get people with more vision, they all want to come together, everything's going to flourish like you want it to. You know, I don't think gentrification is going to have or ever will have a tipping point on that, because we'll always be the power source forever and ever. That's just how that is, you know.
The end goal of gentrification is to displace all of us. And part of their effectiveness in doing that is dividing us. And we've had the housed against the unhoused, we've had the vendors against the merchants, merchants against the vendors, merchants against merchants, vendors against vendors. And we keep trying to get everybody to understand this is all in an effort to get rid of all of us. Part of an example of is part of why we had to restructure the Sunday market, because with the explosion of vendors we had after Juneteenth in 2020, there was a lot of tension between the merchants and vendors as far as space. Some vendors were set up in front of some merchants' stores with the same products. Um, Issues of using the restroom. So we officially got involved in this to start dealing with that. But again, trying to get both sides to see, like, okay, merchants, if the vendors go, the vendors are the main draws on the weekend. So you lose customers, but also you become more so of a target, trying to get the vendors to see, okay, we need the merchants because they also have a stake in this community. They have some influence over the politics of the community.
I work 7 days a week. I don't really get off day because I love what I do. So Sunday is a pretty good work day until we started doing the marketplace. I've been trying to work with Billion to find some kind of compromise because I have nowhere for my customers to park, nowhere for me to park. I park 2 blocks away and then walk over. But I need to find some kind of compromise so we can all do this LEIMERT Park thing together.
Let it be noted that this is the last safe haven for us, right here in LEIMERT Park.
Just like most people come here, and it's not just the essence that they're drawn to, it's just the people, and without the people, you wouldn't have the essence of what you're coming here for, because it's already culturally rich, so it's rich from those people. And so anybody else that try to move those people, in a sense, to try to recreate the identity of what was once there, you will never get the same feel because that wasn't originated for those people.
Ultimately, I think that's the thing that's going to save LEIMERT Park as long as we keep culture first. You know, we walk an interesting line as African Americans, that term, you know, where some people don't necessarily identify with being African because, you know, I never did Africa. I don't know anything about Africa. And then there's, you know, so they strictly identify as American, whereas there's Black people who recognize, you know, and celebrate our Africanness. The Africanness is the root of this place, and that has to remain for this to continue to be an authentically and unapologetically Black area.
I'm a street seller. I've been doing this since I was a youngster. I'm a power source. I'm never gonna stop. So if they think they can do it, let them try.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Yeah.